notice anything different? You notice anything different at all? Anything? Like, you notice anything different? Anything different at all? Anything? No? Give it 20 seconds to guess what might have changed. Well, I'm sure you can notice how terrible the camera is. It's because I was listening to the video I uploaded yesterday. I was like, what the fuck? I'm tired of this. Bro, I can't hear myself. Is this what y'all are going through? I think 2 people have pointed it out. 2 or 3 people have like pointed out how the videos don't sound as good as the old ones. And you know, I was in denial. I was like, no, it's okay. It's not that bad. I listened again tonight, like last night. I was like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. And also, I listened to someone else's video, another ASMR artist's video, just for reference. Her video sounded so much more crisp. You could hear what the fuck she was saying. Mine, not so. So, how do you pay? Like this thing, this new phone cost more than twice the amount this one did. Why are the microphones worse? What the fuck? Oh, you know what they say, sometimes less is more. Less is more. You know, it's got like, it's got an, huh? Just unlocked, I just picked it up and wait, does it like, if I pick it up, does the screen turn on? Okay, so the phone is flat right now. If I pick it up, maybe I pressed the button by mistake because I was like, why is this thing unlocking? It does have neat little features like face unlock and stuff, which is very fast. Recognizes my face pretty quickly. I always get amazed by it. It would just see my face and unlock. I'm like, wow, whoa. But yeah, the microphones are terrible. You got one up here. You got this one up here. And then you got, it's one of these. I think, yeah, it's one of, I don't know, I don't think it's both. It's one of these dots. Imagine if it's both, dude. Imagine if it's got 3 microphones. This one is 2 and this one is the worst one. How? Oh. Anyway, so it looks like we're gonna go back to the filming of this one because I'm like, I can't stand the low volume, bro. I'm like, man, even when you increase the volume, I'm like, I can hear myself, but at the same time, I'm like, you have to like, you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. Sorry, I guess poor video quality is better. Because what is ASMR without the sounds, you know? And I'm struggling to put this phone back in its case. Get back in the case, bitch. Anyway, so yeah. It's a nice phone though. Having a jolly old time. Wait, what? It's news. I don't have that many apps. I'm thinking of downloading a mobile game, but I'll be honest, the battery on this isn't great too. Not the best battery, but I think that's because the screen is like 120 hertz and stuff. If you lower it to 60 hertz, I'm sure the battery will last longer, but I think they could have done a better job with the battery as well. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. If it ain't broke, don't fix, as they say. I wrote a poetry book for it. I wrote a poetry book, and it's 40 love poems. It's called The Many Shades of Flowers. The Many Shades of Flowers, and it's $1. $1. I can't wait to hear how this sounds. Probably sounds amazing. Probably sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Bro, how do you pay this? Like, what's the point of paying the amount of money I pay for this, and it's not an improvement? You're actually going backwards. At least when it comes to like the audio quality of your recordings. Jeez Louise, man. What the hell? They really should like pay attention to microphone. I don't think these people really pay much attention to the microphone department. Even when you Google phone specifications, they never tell you about the microphones. Like the details. Like what sort of microphones are they using? Have they upgraded them from last year? So they'll tell you about the processor, the processing chips. They'll tell you about the cameras. They'll tell you about the software. They'll tell you about this, what material they're using for their screen and all this, what kind of gloss it is. They'll tell you, but then the microphones, it's just crickets. It's crickets. It's like you ask them, what about the microphone? And they just look at you and they blink. But like, bro, these are important things. People film with their phones. Like, that's a thing. People film with their phones. A lot these days. People want to know what the microphones are like. You should work on that. You should invest in microphone R&D. Hello. Anyway, I have a poetry book. The link is in the description. I appreciate anyone who checks that out. Leave me 5 stars as well. That would be amazing. 5 stars. A 5-star rating for a 5-star guy. How about that, huh? I wanted to tell a story. I said I wanted to. In the previous video, I said I wanted to stop telling these stories, but if I don't name names, it should be okay. It should be okay if I don't name names. Just to refresh, basically, I'll give a brief summary of the person I'm talking about. So this is, for those who'd watched previous videos, this is the same girl I was talking about before who, me and her had discussed going to this restaurant with this group of people we hang out with. It's a very nice place, and we've been wanting to go there with the other people. So I was on my phone. Where's my utensil? What the? Hold on. So I was looking at the restaurant's menus on the internet. On this website, there's multiple menus. Look, it's got a whole bunch of menus, 3-course meals. It's got events, like a wine pairing with a 3-course meal, so on and so forth. It's got a whole bunch of things going on, right? So I'm telling her like because we're discussing like budget and because this place is quite pricey and whatnot. Like, what are we gonna do? She asked that I send her the link, so I send her, and then she looks at it herself, and then the link to the website rather, and she looks at the website herself. Now there's a date night twice a week. It's date night, and you pay a fee. It's like a 3-course meal, but you pay a fee for the couple. So normally with these 3-course meals that you pay, so I'll just say the prices. So I remember seeing like something like 700 and something rand for a regular 3-course meal by yourself, but on date night you pay 700 and something rand for the couple. So she was like, why don't we just do date night? She said that to me. So I was like, okay, well, this is awkward because I don't know what does she mean by that. It's 5 of us. She's saying the 5 of us should go to date night. That's not going to work. So I really wasn't sure what she was joking or whatever. So I just just moved on basically. We flirted a little bit, but I wasn't taking it seriously because I really wasn't sure if she was being serious or she's joking or not. So this day I don't know. But fast forward, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I can ask her out properly at some point. I am hesitant just because the more I'm getting to know her, the less we have in common. So I am concerned about that. We have a few things in common. We're both Christian. What else? What else? I don't know. I don't know if we have that much in common, to be honest. I mean, that's a fundamental thing. We're in the similar age range. She's 4 years older, which is another concern of mine. She's a bit older than me. So that's something I'm worried about as well. And, when we have conversations, it's usually very surface level. I remember like the other day, I'd read something and I was like, let me actually message her. I'll send her a voice note just giving her my brief thoughts on what I just read, and I'll see what she says just to see if she can hold like an intellectual discussion and stuff. So I did that. I sent her the voice note, and then she replied with the driest response, dude. Very minimal words. I was just like, okay, I don't think that's gonna work. So I have my doubts. I have strong doubts. So then, fast forward a little bit. What happened? Okay, so this past Thursday, we were at someone's house, and like there's this other girl that I know that's going to Scotland. In fact, she might have already left. So this past Thursday, we were like, we should. Sorry. We were like, we should meet up. The 3 of us should meet up and just hang out one last time before she leaves to go to Scotland. Yada yada yada. Just to say goodbye to her. So the other girl's like, the one I was originally referencing, she's like, I'll call her T, just because, so we don't get confused. I'll call her T, and let me drink water. My throat is getting a bit dry. I'll call her T, and I'll call the other one L. T was the one that had suggested the date night thing. L is the one that's going to Scotland, or has gone to Scotland. So T was like, you can come to my place, we'll hang out, yada, yada, yada. Well, okay, cool. So then I asked her again, like, just to confirm, so we're meeting at your place, right? She said, yeah, okay, cool. So then, that was Thursday. Friday comes, Friday evening, I just asked her to confirm, like, oh, are we still meeting? Because, people, very flaky, things can just change, and then they keep quiet, they don't let you know. So I asked her, and then she's like, what did she say? She said, it's not anything formal, we're just meeting up, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm just asking because I want to know if we're still meeting up. So I asked her for the time and the address. What time are you meeting? What's the address? Because she moved. She doesn't live where she used to live. So I'm asking for the time and the address. She's just quiet. She doesn't say anything. And then Saturday comes, so this is the day we're supposed to meet up. She still hasn't said anything, which frustrates me because I hate not knowing. When I have plans with someone, I hate when they tell me at the last minute where and when we're supposed to meet up. I despise that so much because I like to plan. I like to know what my day looks like. So I hate when people do that. It just pisses me off because I'm like, dude, time is valuable. And I hate when people take people's time for granted. Don't just assume that people have nothing going on, I could be making other plans. I could make other plans if I want to. But when you're keeping quiet and leaving me guessing, I can't maneuver because I do want to go so I can say goodbye to Elle who's going to Scotland. But now homegirl's keeping quiet. So I'm waiting for that response, but I'm not saying anything. The last thing I said to her was the Friday, right? The Friday evening. And I didn't send any message after that just because I didn't want to pester her. So I was like, I'll just wait for her response patiently. The day goes by. After 3 p.m., I'm like, okay, this is I'm clearly not going because she's still not saying things. So I'll just not say anything either. So then, in the evening, around 8 p.m., I think I asked her, what happened? Did y'all meet without me? And then she's like, oh, it's not that deep. We did meet, but, it was just it was quick and whatever. And now she's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this bitch met without me? We agreed. We agreed we're going to meet together, the three of us. And then she just didn't want me to come, I guess. I don't know. I didn't ask why she didn't send me the address. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. Because you know why I'm getting angry? It's because it was so random, dude. And I don't know what excuse you could possibly have for that. Because Thursday, when we last saw each other on Thursday, everything was fine. It was all hugs and smiles, and there were no issues between us. I didn't say anything crazy or anything. I don't oh my gosh. So I'm just like, why did she do that? Because this was my last chance to see this girl, the Elle, before she flies to another continent. You know what I'm saying? And I was robbed of that. And I was very angry. I'm like, well, I didn't let her know that I'm angry. So what happened is, I asked her, what happened? She's like, yeah, we met, but, she was just in and out. She wasn't there for long, and it's whatever. And then I'm like, I said, oh, but I wanted to see her. I even baked pies and whatnot. It was going to be a thing, just to send her off. And then she's like, oh, you should have said that earlier. Then I'm like, what? I'm like, what the? What? She's acting like we didn't agree. She's acting like we didn't arrange this thing. She was the one that suggested we meet at her place. She was the one that suggested it. My throat. So I was like, I just said, LOL, cool. I just left it, right? Because I'm not getting into an argument with this person. I was acting all nonchalant, but in my mind, I'm like, this bitch. I was pissed, bro. I'm like, yo, I was like, I'm not going to see this girl for years. You realize she's going to Scotland. When is the next time I'm going to see this person? And you just robbed me of that? That's crazy. She's like, oh, you can see her tomorrow. Because I was like, oh, but I wanted to see her. She's like, you can. And I wanted to see her. I baked pies and everything. That's what I said. I wanted to see her. I baked pies just, for her and you, just so we can share together in the moment and send her off. And then she's like, you should have emphasized that earlier. You can always see her tomorrow. As if, that's just, it's nothing, right? It's like she lives quite far away from me. And, yeah, dude, I didn't see her. Is the point I'm trying to make. I didn't get to see her the next day. And I was just like, why is she doing this? Why would someone do something like this? It's not like she wasn't available, because they hung out. Just minus me. Did I do something wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. We were fine on Thursday when he left, when he lost to each other. We didn't talk much on Friday. We didn't text much on Friday, so I didn't say anything dumb. You know, you let me talk for long enough, I'll say something. You let me talk for long enough, at some point I'll yeah, but on Friday we didn't talk that much, so I couldn't possibly have said anything upsetting to her. I was confused, bro. I was just like, what, why would someone do this? So in my mind, I was like thinking of reasons, right? So I was like, maybe, because here's something I did think about. I was like, maybe she wasn't comfortable with the idea of like, okay, we're hanging out with this girl, because I almost said her full name. Would, she said that she wasn't going to stay long. So she's just going to like stop by and then leave. Maybe for like an hour. I remember her saying like from like 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 or something like that. So maybe an hour or two, that's the longest she'd be able to stay. Which is plenty of time in my book. But she'd eventually leave. And then maybe T was like, then it'll just be me and him. So she wasn't comfortable with just being alone in her apartment with a guy. So maybe I was thinking maybe that's the reason she didn't let me come. That could be a possible reason. And look, I get it. If you don't want to be alone in your apartment with a guy, fine. But then communicate that. What? We're not strangers, right? She can say to me, look, I don't know if I'm comfortable with you being in my apartment. So how about we meet at like, she lives in a neighborhood that's like got all these amenities. We could have met at a coffee shop. We could have gone to a park. We could have done so many other things. We didn't have to meet at her apartment. She's the one that suggested meeting at her apartment, right? It wasn't me. It wasn't L. It was her. T was like, let's meet at the apartment. So I was like, cool. That sounds amazing. And she just moved in. So I also wanted to see the new place, right? I was like, I get to see the new place. It'll be lit. And everything seemed fine. And then Saturday comes. And that happens. And I'm essentially disinvited. For what reason? I don't know. I didn't ask. So in my mind, I thought maybe it's just because she wanted to avoid being alone with a guy. Fair enough. You have to communicate though. You have to say, let's meet somewhere else. You don't just keep quiet and then I missed my opportunity to say goodbye to this person in person. What the hell, dude? I was just like, this is ridiculous. What kind of behavior is that? Besides that, I can't think of any other reason why I should do something like this. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make logical sense. Why so? Man. Anyway, so I'm not interested in any sort of date night this coming month, whatever. Like, I mean, at the end of the month, or I'm not doing that with this person. I'm like, look cool. I'm not holding any grudges or anything, but it's just everything is just compounding, and I'm like, look, we don't seem to have much in common. On top of that, we have weird communication issues, right? Weird communication issues, like what I just described just now, and other things that have happened in the past. Like that just made me like I'm just like, why is this, why, you know? It just makes me question things. So I'm just like, look, I don't think I should be going out with this individual. I'm not gonna try, at least, to go out with this individual, because she might not even be interested in me. She was just fooling around, joking when she suggested the whole date night thing. So I don't know what's going on in this person's mind. All I know is I don't need to be stressing myself out. I don't need to be stressing myself out. So yeah, there is a sense of relief as well, which that I am making this decision to not pursue this any further. which tells me that I probably shouldn't have been pursuing it in the first place. I probably was forcing myself a little bit. But, you know, I was getting very comfortable with her, to be honest. I do like hanging out with her. I do like her to some extent. And yeah, in person, it's always, yeah, I always gravitate towards her. So that when we hang out as a group, I always just cling to her. And as a group, I'm just always with her. And I'm very comfortable. It feels nice. It feels good. But at the same time, like, that by itself is not enough to justify just committing to a full-on pursuit and potentially getting into a relationship. Because yeah, you can learn down the line. Let's assume you get into a relationship and even further you get married, and then at some point you realize, fuck, I made a mistake. You know, you don't wanna be in that position. So yeah, gonna move on, man. Gonna move on. I've been watching this Korean rom-com, and man, oh man, it makes you want to get into a relationship so bad. Like you're like, damn. Sometimes you just want to risk it, man, with some girl in your contacts, but it's like calm down, calm down. It's so like, whoa. Oh, singleness is like, I guess it's cool being single, whatever. Oh, dude. When you just see people being in love, you're just like, damn, I want that too. I want that too. But yeah, you can't rush it, man. It's better to be single than be with the wrong person and they're giving you stress. It's better to be single than to be with the wrong person. I've seen a lot of guys just like, settle for whoever gives them attention. And look, some guys, that's a wise decision because, hey man, it's better to just be happy than play this game of like punching above your weight class, So with some guys, it's like, look, take what you can get. I'm not pretending to be some hot property, but for me personally, I'm like, I'm waiting to meet someone that I feel like we click. It's not even a looks thing, because there have been girls in the past that I have pursued that they weren't the most attractive women, like just conventionally speaking, but I like them regardless. So I guess what I'm waiting for is that sort of synergy, that understanding, that familiarity where we're just into a lot of the same things and we can have discussions at length, and yeah, we're just attracted to each other. I would like for a pretty girl as well. I do value looks. We all do, of course. It would be nice if she was super pretty, but you can't place that as the main priority. I was actually watching this other show and this woman had the same issue where she'd prioritize the looks of the men that she'd be with over their characters. So these men were doing terrible things to her all the time. And there was a guy she knew who wasn't, he's chubby. He doesn't have a pretty face or at all. But he's funny and he's got this charisma and he's a good guy, and she's comfortable around him. But she's prioritizing these scumbags who look, they look good. But eventually she gives that guy a chance and ends up happy. And it was just making me think about like, yeah, it is important to strike a balance. Look, if you're lucky, you can get lucky and find a very pretty woman who also happens to match with you in other ways. But you shouldn't prioritize looks, because looks fade. Looks always fade, and the pretty girls won't be so pretty after a while. And all you'll be left with is their personality, and you better pray that they have great personalities, or else you're gonna be miserable. You'll be miserable pretty early on. It won't take that long. The whole looks thing will get very old very quickly. I'd say you give it like a year or two, maybe a couple months even, and you'll get over it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just being patient because yeah, I've had some situations in the past with some girls where there was promise there in terms of like a relationship developing, but I could never take the necessary steps forward to commit and get into an actual relationship. I like, because I was always like, there's just too many differences. For example, if I'm Christian, she's not Christian, why would you're just asking for trouble down the line. Or like the one girl's straight up into witchcraft. Like, hell no, no. Do you think my mother would accept that? No, she would destroy me. And also, I also don't want to be with a witch. So forget about that. She actually had yeah, anyway, let's not get into that. But yeah, there have been a few situations here and there where you're like, if I invested in this, if I tried a bit harder, maybe something could come out of this. But then it's like, at that point, you're just getting into a relationship for the sake of getting into the relationship. You're not thinking about the long term. You're not thinking about what this relationship is going to look like 5 years from now, what it's going to look like when you got kids together, so on and so forth. These are things I think about. Some people date for vibes. Hey, we'll just figure it out. We'll just like, hey, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. That's how you get divorced, because you're not thinking, you're not planning, you're just feeling things out and hey, hoping that things work out. No. Me personally, I'm like, we have to assess things practically. Do we actually match? Because there are certain differences we could have that will create big cracks, fissures down the line if we're not careful. It's like, how are we going to raise our children? That's a big thing to think about. What are our beliefs? Do we believe in the same God? Do we pray to the same God? What sort of discussions are we going to be having? What do our politics look like? So on and so forth. I'm of the view that your politics should be your girl's politics. That's kind of how I view things. That she just kind of adopts your frame of reference for that. It makes things a lot easier, by the way, if you just follow that model. But hey, that's just me. But yeah, things just keep falling. There have been a few situations where I'm just like, this is not going to work. It just doesn't make sense to invest. There's been a few situations where it didn't make sense and I still pushed anyway, and then I got rejected. And I'm grateful for that, because I'm like, man, if she had like given me a chance, who knows, man, what my life would be looking like right now, what kind of nonsense I would have gotten myself into. So yeah, I've told this story before, but there was one girl. It's just, we live in a very strange time. There was one girl who and also like that was never going to work. Just because she was also in a relationship. She didn't sound very happy. She called me late at night once. I was sleeping, by the way. I usually have my phone on silent at nights, but I'd made the mistake of leaving it on volume. So then she called me at like midnight or something. She's like, oh, my boyfriend's at the strip club and he's letting girls twerk. And I think she was there too, that idiot. She's with her boyfriend at the strip club, and he's getting twerked on or something, and she's jealous. She's calling me at she's calling me at midnight, right? So maybe I'm asleep. She doesn't care. She's gonna wake me up and vent. What? Anyway, I'm just baffled by the lack of consideration. Anyway, she calls me, my boyfriend, yeah, man, yeah, strip club, da, 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 da. She wants me to console her or something. I told her, bitch, I'm sleeping. We'll talk some other time. So end the call. So now I'm like, that's the first time I learned she had a boyfriend, I think. So already I'm like, this is, yeah, I was somewhat entertaining the possibility of something with this person. So, but at that point, I'm like, yeah, this is never going to work. Wait, that's not true. I didn't cancel out the idea entirely because I knew that there's trouble in paradise in her relationship. This is a while ago, by the way. Yeah, not that long ago, maybe 2 years ago. My morals were not as tight as they are now. I'm on a journey, people. I'm developing as a person. But yeah, back then, even though her relationship was on the rocks, I still should have had the discipline to be like, there's no way in hell I'm entertaining a woman who's engaged in a relationship. But yeah, anyway, you fast forward, she sends me a message saying, I'm in your area, da 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 da, can I come over? And I was home alone, so I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be alone in my house with this girl, with this freaky girl who goes to strip clubs with her boyfriend. No, I told her, let's go to Starbucks instead and talk like normal people. Why do you want to come to my... I didn't say it like that. I just said, let's go to Starbucks and talk. And I never heard from her again. I'm like, what the fuck? What did I say? Like, what did I say? Look, if she had come over to my house, right, and then, would we do what I assume she wanted to do, which is have sex, and then, like, I dismiss her, and people might say, don't make assumptions, yeah, you're just assuming things, but then it's like, I offered to go to Starbucks. We can sit down and talk. If she didn't want to have sex, then what's the issue? Why can't we go elsewhere? Why do you have to come to my place? I don't know. I think she wanted to get down and dirty, and I was like, no, I didn't want that. So I said, let's go out, and she stopped talking to me. So I'm thinking, imagine she comes over, we do have sex, and then I stop talking to her after that. Now I'm the bad guy. Now I'm the evil one. I'm the trash male. But you're the one who offered yourself up. You're the one who just out of nowhere said, I'm at your place. Why would you do that? Like, you shouldn't do that. You can't just be going to guys' houses out of nowhere. Also, this is my mom's house. I can't be fucking girls in my mom's house. It's disrespectful. So, it's just baffles. Like, I wanted to treat her properly. Sit down, buy her a coffee or whatever, and talk to her like a decent human being. and apparently that was the wrong move. Hilarious, man. What kind of... Yeah, it's just the world we live in these days. The values have completely shifted in the opposite direction. Ladies, you get more of the behavior you incentivize. Just a pro tip. If this is the sort of stuff you're encouraging in men, you're going to see more and more and more of it. And then you can't have the audacity to complain. You can't complain when you keep rewarding bad behavior. Bro, if I did half the shit these girls actually want me to do, they won't say they want you to do, but like they show it through their actions, the behavior. If I engaged in more of that behavior, I'd probably be more successful in the dating realm. But successful in quotes, all that really means is you're just getting laid. But I don't want that. They don't want it either. They think they want it, but then they end up miserable and used and abused. No one benefits from that whole arrangement, man. But yeah, you get more of what you incentivize. I've seen some terrible things, man. I've seen guys get away with genuinely baffling demonic behavior. Sleeping with this person, that person, da, 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 da. You're in multiple relationships. You're cheating on a girl. She knows you're cheating. She gets fed up. She leaves you, and then she still comes back. And I know these things because there have been a few occasions where I've been the guy they call complaining, saying, no, this person did this person did that. I've had mutual friends. Oh, that's hilarious, man. I've had situations where I'm a friend with the guy and a friend with the girl, and I'm kind of like almost like a liaison of sorts. And you're just hearing shocking details, and you're just like, what the? You, you look at the girl, you're like, you're an idiot because you're putting up with this. Because I know these guys, man. Some of these guys are slimy, grimy, and they're horny as well. They'll slime you out with no second thoughts if you let them. You can't cry about it. You're making these choices, but you're into the whole, I guess the bad boy aesthetic. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Hey, man, that's your business, I guess. I've just stopped associating myself with such individuals. I have no time for that. That was in the past. Like last year. Not even that long ago. But yeah, I'm a work in progress. Anyway, I say all that to say it's better to be single than be in whatever the fuck a lot of y'all have going on. I've seen things, man. I've seen things other people have been through. I'm like, no, not me. I'll stay at home, mind my business. I'm an artist, so I used to hang out with a certain group of individuals, and you get to, through them I can get access to shows, like I can perform and do this and do that. But I just found like the certain individuals I was surrounding myself with, I didn't like them. I didn't like what they were into. A lot of them, drugs, a lot of drinking, a lot of debauchery, a lot of scandals. I'm like, you are the company you keep at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'll just stay at home. I don't need this. And thank God my ASMR channel started gaining steam and picking up, because it gave me something to focus on, so that I don't have to be in these environments. Because you just like, you look for anything that can give you a way forward, But that artist space, the music space in particular, like the sort of people in that realm, not the strongest morals. Yeah, some of them are nice people, but niceness by itself is not a virtue. You can be nice and still be a hoe. You can be nice and still be a backstabbing snake, so on and so forth. It's all a facade. So I was just like, I'll stay my ass inside. And I'm so grateful for this channel, because it gave me something to do and to grow and commit to. And yeah, if I ever like pursue music, like performances and shows, it'll be on my own terms. If I ever throw events, it'll be on my own terms, with my own rules and my own culture that I'm cultivating, where we're just here to have fun, innocent fun. We're not doing drugs. We're not being degenerates. We're just having fun, innocent fun. It's okay, guys. You don't have to debase yourself to have fun. And yeah, I was meeting girls in those environments, and the sort of girls you meet in those environments, they're not my sort of. I'm conservative. You know me. You've heard me express many of my ideas. What kind of women are you going to meet in these environments? Very attractive girls, but at the same time, yeah, maybe not women you want to have children with. Not women, definitely not women I can bring home. So I talked about one of the girls who's just a straight up witch. I actually know 3 witches from the same sort of clique. In these artist spaces, everyone kind of knows each other, so it's not the same clique, but mutual friends. Three whole witches. Unacceptable, dude. How can I bring that home? What? My mother would say absolutely not. No. You're not. Should be praying day in and day out for the Lord to break us up. She did that with my brother's girlfriend, and it worked. They broke up. we all, the whole family, wanted him to break up with that girl. I was gonna call her a mean word. No one wanted that relationship to work, and thank God it did not. But anyway, I've gone on and on and on. Let me know if you made it to the end. I guess drop what can you drop? Drop a witch. Do they have the witch hat? If they don't have the witch hat, drop a broomstick emoji or something pertaining to witches. Drop an emoji. Just to let me know you got all the way to the end, because this is a long video. Long video. And yeah, we're back to the, let me know if you've noticed any difference between this phone and I was gonna cuss this phone out, but no, it's a decent phone. It's a nice phone. It's just the microphones are lacking. That's the only issue. Let me know if you notice any difference between this phone that I'm filming with currently, this one, and this one. Do you notice any difference in the audio? Let me know. Let me know. I like to pray at the end of my videos. Dear Father God, thank you for this individual watching us right now. Thank you for making them whole, unique, and guide them on a path towards peace, prosperity, and purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with wonderful people in their life who love them, take care of them, and bring the absolute best out of them. And thank you for maintaining the ones that are there to do the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with love, marriage, and sustaining the love of marriage and making you very, very happy. Thank you for blessing this person with the spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the wonderful things in their life. By giving thanks, they can find peace, contentment, and attract even more blessings. Let your presence be felt in this person's life so they know that you're God, that you're real, that you love them, and you're going to be there for them. Go to health, long life, and happiness over this person, everyone they care about. In your mind, name, I pray in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.